Ran Selak watched the Cerulean collapse onto the bar top, his 4 eyes rolling back in their sockets. The human across from him barely flinched, tossing back another shot of clear liquid with casual indifference. Amateur, the human muttered, pouring himself another measure from a bottle labeled with symbols Ran couldn't decipher. Well, victory shot for me. Ran's antenna twitched in fascination. He'd heard the rumors about human physiology, but witnessing it firsthand sent a chill down his exoskeleton. Humans were walking contradictions, fragile yet resilient, peaceful yet violent, primitive yet ingenious. The galaxy's most perplexing enigma. His companion, Vexlor, chittered nervously beside him. See, monsters, all of them. The human's enhanced hearing picked up the comment. He turned slowly, a half-smile playing across his lips as he ambled toward their table. His gait was steady despite the poison coursing through his system. "Mind if I join you, gentlemen?" he asked, pulling up a chair without waiting for an answer. "Name's Marcus Chen. I couldn't help overhearing your conversation earlier." Vexlor's mandibles clicked in alarm, but Ran maintained his composure. "You heard us call your species monsters." "Not the first time," Marcus shrugged, seemingly unbothered. "Won't be the last. But I'm curious, what makes us so terrifying to you?" The question hung in the air, deceptively simple. Ran considered his words carefully. He'd studied human history extensively as part of his diplomatic training, passing through millennia of their conflicts and achievements. Their capacity for both creation and destruction was unparalleled. "You're unpredictable," Ran finally answered. "Most species evolve along predictable paths. Predators remain predators. Prey species develop defense mechanisms. But humans, you're outliers. You shouldn't exist as you are." Marcus laughed, a sound that was both warm and unsettling. "Fair enough, we're the universe's cosmic joke. Too smart for our own good, too stubborn to die off." "We've heard stories," Vexlor interjected, emboldened by the humans' apparent openness. "Humans surviving catastrophic injuries, continuing to fight after losing limbs." "Ah, that," Marcus nodded, rolling up his sleeve to reveal a synthetic arm. "Lost this to a mining accident on Proxima b. Neural interface technology. It's not perfect, but it gets the job done." Ran leaned forward, fascinated despite himself. "Your species has always adapted technology to overcome your biological limitations. It's impressive." "Necessity is the mother of invention," Marcus said, flexing his artificial fingers. "When you're born on a death world with nothing but a big brain and opposable thumbs, you learn to get creative." The conversation paused as a server approached, depositing a tray of nutrient cubes for Ran and Vexlor. Marcus ordered something called nachos that arrived steaming and pungent. "You mentioned Earth is a death world," Ran continued after the server departed. "Yet humans seem determined to seek out even more dangerous environments." Marcus chewed thoughtfully before responding. "It's in our nature, we're curious creatures, can't help wondering what's over the next hill beyond the next star. Sometimes that curiosity kills us, but more often, it's what drives us forward." "You're FTL racing," Vexlor said. 200 dead in your years. For sport." "Ah, you've heard about the Kessel Run circuit." Marcus grinned. "Yeah, it's dangerous as hell. But there's something about pushing the limits that we can't resist. This is precisely what concerns the Galactic Council," Ran said. "Your species seems to have no natural fear response proportionate to the danger involved." Marcus's expression darkened slightly. "We feel fear. We just refuse to let it control us. There's a difference." The ambient noise of the spaceport bar seemed to fade as Ran sensed they were approaching the heart of the matter. "And what about war? Your species has elevated it to an art form. Not something we're proud of," Marcus admitted, his voice lowering. "But when you evolve as a persistence hunter on a planet where everything wants to kill you, you learn to be thorough." "Persistence hunting," Vexlor repeated, mandibles clicking in distress, chasing prey until it collapses from exhaustion. Efficient if time-consuming, Marcus nodded. Not pretty but effective. We couldn't outrun or outfight most of our prey, so we outlasted them. He paused, studying their reactions. That's what scares you, isn't it? Not that we're stronger or faster, but that we don't stop. Ran felt a chill pass through his exoskeleton. The Galactic Defense Force has run simulations of potential conflicts with humans. They all end poorly. For whom? Marcus asked, though his tone suggested he already knew the answer. For everyone, Ran replied. Your species fights differently. You don't just fight to win, you fight to ensure you never have to fight again. Marcus leaned back, his expression unreadable. History has taught us that half measures just lead to more suffering in the long run. When we commit to something, whether it's solving a math problem or winning a war, we see it through to completion. The conversation lulled as a group of Andorian traders entered the bar, their chittering voices momentarily drowning out all other sound. When they passed, Marcus continued in a softer tone. But you're missing something important about us. Something fundamental. What's that? Vexlor asked. We're not just destroyers, we're builders too. For every weapon we've created, we've also made works of art, music, literature. We've cured diseases, terraformed dead worlds, preserved endangered species. Our capacity for compassion is as boundless as our capacity for violence. Ran considered this. Yet your compassion seems selective, applied inconsistently. True, Marcus acknowledged. We're walking contradictions. We can watch a stranger die without emotion, then risk our lives to save a pet. We wage war over resources, then donate those same resources to help our enemies rebuild. We're irrational, emotional, and often self-destructive. Which is why the Council fears you, Ran concluded. You're unpredictable. Marcus smiled, a genuine expression that transformed his face. That's our greatest strength, and our greatest weakness. A notification chimed on Marcus's wrist device. He glanced at it, then stood. I've got a transport to catch. Ran and Vexlor waited expectantly. You called us monsters, Marcus said. Maybe we are. But we're also the monsters who chose to join your galactic community, rather than conquer it. Who shared our technology, rather than weaponizing it. Who sent diplomats rather than warships. He leaned in closer, his voice dropping to a whisper. And if you ever find yourself facing the real monsters out there in the dark between stars, you might be glad to have us on your side. With that, he straightened, nodded respectfully, and walked away, leaving Ran and Vexlor to ponder his words. Do you believe him? Vexlor asked after a long silence. Ran's antenna twitched in contemplation. I believe he believes it. And perhaps that's what matters most. As they watched the human disappear into the crowded spaceport, Ran couldn't shake the feeling that they had just witnessed something profound, a glimpse into the paradox that was humanity. Monsters, perhaps, but monsters who had chosen to be more.